that the recently released space policy will give a shot in the arm to all those of us who seek to exploit space. Space systems have already shown and proven their worth with their ability to influence terrestrial events. The Indian Air Force is already aligning and expanding its situational awareness beyond the medium of air. Now time for us to move towards developing and enhancing our own space capabilities so that we are not left too far behind. Over the past century, air power has been used in military operations ranging from global war to peacekeeping operations. The rapid growth in air and space technology has added more capabilities to air and space forces over the years. It is my firm belief that the recently released space policy will give a shot in the arm to all those of us who seek to exploit space and also to those who are involved in the research and development and the manufacturing of such capabilities. So these are interesting times for us, especially in the Indian Air Force, and I hope that this event helps us chart a way forward. Space systems have already shown and proven their worth with their ability to influence terrestrial events involving communications, navigation, weather, early warning, and intelligence, as well as their ability to enhance war-fighting capabilities. As you all know, our northern neighbor is fast transforming into a leader among spacefaring nations and is likely to outpace everyone else very soon. It is therefore now time for us to move towards developing and enhancing our own space capabilities so that we are not left too far behind. Because the space domain will define the wars of the future for sure. Operations in air and space have led to many discussions about the resources, strategies, and the ideas about the future form of warfare. Advances in satellite communications and information applications have added new dimensions to the traditional scope of air power. These capabilities are key to military aerospace power's future and therefore should be pursued aggressively. During the last 3 decades, in addition to satellite communication for beyond line of sight operations, it is evident that the exploitation of space domain has increased manifold, especially in ISR, navigation, space situational awareness, and space meteorology operations. All spacefaring nations are actively involved in developing critical technologies to cater for operations through this domain. From the Indian perspective, amongst the 3 services, the Indian Air Force has its operational role most closely knitted with the space operations. Unlike surface and subsurface domains, wherein there is a clear demarcation of the medium of operations, air and space operations cannot be segregated and conducted in isolation because air and space are but one continuum. The Indian Air Force has always aligned its operations with the rapid advancements in the space domain and would continue to do so in the future as well. Our space resource utilization for enabling air operations can be broadly segregated into SATCOM, PNT, intelligence gathering, and space or satellite meteorology. Considering the likely threat from space, which could be in space or through space, the Indian Air Force is already aligning and expanding its situational awareness beyond the medium of air. As I mentioned before, since air and space are one continuum, the space situational awareness and air domain awareness need to be knitted tightly together to give one comprehensive and seamless air and space situational awareness to tackle any imminent threat, let me put it very mildly. Therefore, the IAF will be progressing towards integration of our integrated air command and control system with space situational awareness in the coming years. The future would be to evolve the Indian Air Force into a force ready for full spectrum operations in the air and space continuum.